my name is Melissa van Dijk and I'm a makeup artist, and in this video I'm going to share my experience which I had with The Ordinary, as I ordered some of their products and I've also been testing them out now over a month. And I've documented everything. I've also taken pictures of each day so that I also can show it to you and we can see all together how my skin behaved while I was using the products. But you actually need to know which products will suit you as well as your skin type and also your skin needs, because they have quite a lot of products on their website. So I discovered that they do have a form on their website where you can fill out your skin type, your skin needs, as well as if you have already used any of the Ordinary products, and your age. And you also can upload a picture, which you can see right here, that's the one I used, so that they can see your current situation and that they can analyze your skin. And based on those information, they replied to me back and told me, hey, this is what we can suggest you based on the information you provided, as well as they put up a skincare routine for me, an AM and also a PM. Now here you can see the products that they recommended, and I got all of them except one, which is the UV filter moisturizer, as it wasn't available at the time, but all the other ones I do have. And while I was using the products now for certain days, after a while I did notice that something strange was happening. And every time I would use the products in the morning and evening, my skin would peel and like little bits would come off my face, which was really strange. And I've also taken a picture of it. And this is also the picture that I sent to them so that they could see what was going on. And they told me that I might use a little bit too much of each serum, so that I should reduce the amount to 1 to 2 drops so that my skin fully can absorb the product. Otherwise, if it's not going to absorb the product completely, this is what's going to happen. And so I've changed it, and based on that, it did help a lot. They do, the recommendation they've given me were perfect, and so I started to using my skincare routine normally as they also recommended it. Starting off with the caffeine solution, which is also the first product they do recommend. And this one, I'm going to show you my AM routine right now, is the one that they do recommend in the morning as well as evening. And so from there on, they do also recommend me using the hyaluronic acid serum, which this one was fine. I started using it with 3 drops, but then later on I reduced basically every product to only 2 drops. And so that's also what I've done with this one. And this is also a serum that I'm using in the morning as well as in the evening. Now for the next product, they did recommend me using the niacinamide, I'm hoping that I'm saying this correctly, serum. And with this one, I started at the beginning to see some troubles, because this was the one that I had to reduce the most. And so I've noticed that if I'm using 1 to 2 drops, that this is fine, but if I would use 3 drops, it would be too much. And then from there on, I went ahead and used the Magnesium Moisturizer. Now this comes in a little tube. They do say that you can also use it in the evening if you like to, but they didn't recommend it to me, so I just kept going with the routine that they told me to, and I was only using it in the morning. Now what's really interesting with this one, I do kind of feel like this formulation is a bit strange, because it acts like a moisturizer, but it isn't really rich but still oily. It's a really strange feeling if you're going to apply it. And with this one I only use that much because the tube isn't large, and I have to say that already now with the 30 days of use, it's nearly empty. And so this is basically what they recommended me using in the morning. But as I didn't really get the UV filter moisturizer, and because this doesn't really feel completed, my skin was still a bit dry at the very beginning, I also started to add the natural moisturizing factor moisturizing cream also in my AM routine, which helped a lot. Because you can use them one like in the AM routine or in the PM routine, that's totally up to you. They just suggested to me that I would use this one for PM, but I just added it also for the morning. And so those were the products they recommended me for my T-zone combination skin, which I'm for the moment leaning also a little bit more towards a drier skin type due to the weather. And from that like being applied, it feels really amazing and also very moisturized. And so now I'm about to share some pictures, and I'm also guessing that you waited for it for such a long time. Starting off with day 1 and day 2, can't really tell much of a difference. And then I moved so on, and the more I used the products, the more I could see that it helped my skin. And on day 15, like from day 1 to day 15, I do have to mention that you clearly can see that I had less redness, my skin tone was evened out, my skin also felt a little bit more moisturized and bright and glowy, so I felt really comfortable on how it performed. But then I also started using their toner, because I've also wanted to use a toner for such a long time, but it wasn't available, so I got it later on. And I started using it also in my skincare routine. And from there on, it went down the hill, because my skin looked so bad. It was really irritated. Loads of red spots would happen on my face, which wasn't really nice. And so from there on, I've also asked them for help and told them hey, look, I'm using the toner for my PM routine because you only can use this one for PM, and I don't think that this one is suitable for my skin type. I also do have to mention they never said that I should use a toner. This was my own choice. And they told me that if my skin is too dry or sensitive, that I shouldn't use the toner, because the mandelic acid, which is the one they also recommend me using for the PM routine, that this is already enough, that I don't need to use the toner. And from there on, I also started using, skip the toner again. And from there on, it went again up the hill. My skin started to improve. The redness disappeared. The little pimples and bits disappeared. And I felt also a bit more comfortable again. They weren't really breakouts, but they were I don't know what, as it would burn my skin, just being too strong for my skin. I would say that maybe if you have an oilier skin type, that this would be suitable for you. But you clearly could see that once I stopped using it, from the last, ended in the, day 20, 23, it starts to, getting reduced a bit more, because I, immediately stopped with it while I, noticed that it's due to the toner. And so you clearly can see that based from day 1 to day 15, those were my best days. Then also from day 15 to day 31, my skin looks also really nice. And my under eye area did brighten up from itself as well, which is such an amazing result, because this is what bothered me the most. And then also from day 1 to day 31, you clearly can see improvements. And lastly, we also have close-ups to see how my pores performed, because I did notice that those products would reduce the appearance of my pores, and it also would even and smooth my skin, kind of. And makeup would also layer beautifully on top. There was only one thing I have to say that I wasn't completely happy with. And this is when it comes to my under eye areas. If you have watched some of my recent makeup tutorials where I show the eye area really close, some of them are so dry and I didn't really know what to do. So what I did was I wrote them an email and asked them hey, do you have an eye cream, a moisturizing eye cream, because I'm suffering a lot of from dryness. And they just recommended me some solutions serums, but not really an eye cream. So I mean, I didn't get a serum based on The Ordinary, but I did get an eye cream which has a moisturizing effect. And so here you can see the picture before I used the eye cream, when my skin was really dry under the eyes, and also afterwards, that it did help a lot. But I'm not going to get into further detail into this one, but I just want to mention that I still struggled a little bit with my under eye area. And then from there on, this is basically what I wanted to share with you. This is also a whole month of trying out The Ordinary products. I have them all in front of me. Like, they're all like great products. I do have to say that with the serum, you can use them for such a long time. I've been using them for a month. And the one that's nearly, like, not really empty, but half full is the hyaluronic acid, because I love the serum a lot. And also the Magnesium Moisturizer, and this one is still like half full. So you can come with the products for a certain amount of time, as well as they are very affordable. So you can't really go wrong with it. Just make sure that you're also choosing the right products. And this is also the large review that I wanted to share with you guys, where I worked like every day on it so that I can make it like that I personally see the changes on my skin, and I'm really happy on how it turns out. Now, of course, I do hope that you find this video very informative, that you like the pictures, that you like to see the results. And yeah, I mean, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it. This is an independent channel, which means that I also bought the products with my own money. And I hope that you enjoy it, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!